So, how are we doing? After the win, how are you feeling?
We're feeling great. I mean, it was a very close series, obviously. A 2-1 cannot be taken lightly, but I mean, in the end, we were able to play very cleanly and take the win, and we feel great about this.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the upset win. We know Red Instinct often is like played as the favorite, but you were never scared. You said they have weaknesses, and apparently you were right.
Yeah, they definitely have some weaknesses. I mean, they are probably the second best team in Switzerland right now with this lineup. And I think we prepared a lot for them. They're a really, really good team. And but we definitely were able to find out their weaknesses. And I believe that in the games in the future, we will be able to beat them using the same weaknesses.
Well, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, it's always refreshing to see that. And Talo, I have a question to you. Now in the last game, Elise was gone, so
I had to blast out my ace. No, it was about the patch really made that possible, because otherwise Malt's jungle isn't clearly not viable. But but it was like I hadn't got a lot of time to practice it, but we made it somehow work, but as a team, it was we played it really clean. The second game was a bit I want to call it a throw fest, because it seems to have the edge in the start. But yeah, overall I'm really happy.
Yeah, well, at this, if you like talk about the second game, what was the Baron call? What was going through your minds there?
We thought we could do it with the Spiderlings, because the Nash has a single auto attack, but he also has one AoE damage spell, which he does not do often.
Yeah.
And in this situation, he did it, killed 4 Spiderlings. We had like 5-6 seconds left, could not finish it, and then the other things happened.
I maybe have a little question for you, Lagali. You banned out the Vayne in Game 1 and Game 2, and you saw that LeBlanc is also a threat to you, so you decided to go for the LeBlanc ban instead of the Vayne ban. And then Vayne being picked up by ZK, what was the mindset? Were you like, let's just focus her, she's not getting a problem, or?
Well, the thing was that basically LeBlanc solo carried that second game.
Yeah.
LeBlanc is extremely strong in these situations where, you know, you might not be that concentrated, a tad over-eager because you just won the first game. So he really had a great impact. I mean, he got outlaned by having a few ganks from Tolo. He was like down 30-40 CS, but that doesn't matter if he has 9 kills, right?
Yeah.
He's 9-0, he's like demolishing everyone. And our playstyle is extremely aggressive, and that gets punished by LeBlanc. That's why we thought we'd take out the LeBlanc, and ZK is a very famous and pretty good Vayne player, right? And we decided that the LeBlanc is a more important pick. So we deny the LeBlanc, give them the Vayne, and just try to handle the Vayne, and we did handle them. I mean, you can see on screen right now, Leo has 313 CS, he has 170 CS, like it's a flame horizon. Right?
Yeah. I also we noticed that we had the edge in the early game of every game in the series, and so we thought this Vayne will not get that far. We will not let that Vayne scale so much, because our bot lane was doing well, or they just could punish them well, and that's why we actually let her through.
Okay.
Another question I have for you, based on your composition, you had very nice map rotation. You had Twisted Fate 2 times during this series, so you were very focused on map rotational play. You were always being able to join the fight with your TF ultimate. Who does some sort of the shot calling in your team? Like, who says, hey, I see a target here, let's all sandwich this person?
Well, it's mostly me, actually. In this game, it was mostly me. Sometimes it's also Joshi, the support, that does a lot of shot calling, and also Pride on the top lane, like when he sees, okay, we can kill this, or if Tolo sees their jungler, you know, it's always like this in every pro team. Everybody brings their ideas, because not one person can always watch the whole map. But in this game it was mostly me, and we were able to catch a Tahm Kench quite a lot, because we had an extremely potent gank lane with the Lissandra ultimate, Lissandra W, and the Claw gap close into the gold card. Tahm Kench might be tanky, but he can't take all of that.
We were talking about this during pick and ban. We saw that you locked in Lissandra, you locked in Malzahar, so a lot of CC and the gold card from you. So we were talking about the best way for you to pick a target is if Malzahar maybe ults Tahm Kench, so he doesn't have the opportunity to eat anybody else, and then you just focus on the Vayne. Was that something you tried?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, multiple times in the game we were talking about that we have to peel back, you know, which means exactly what you just said, just ult the Tahm Kench. And also Talo noted out that if we ult the Tahm Kench, we can probably kill him before he even activates his Grey Shield,
yeah.
You know? So a lot of thought actually went into this draft. I mean, we had the last pick TF, we saw the Victor. TF is pretty okay against Victor because you know, you're fine in lane, you just TP back and you can just you know, keep even in farm, and you force the cleanse, so they do not have the double TP. So you have TP now, you have TF ultimate, and you have a TP on top lane, so you have like free map movements, and if you can't control the map with all that, it's because you lost the lanes too hard, which we didn't do, and then we snowballed by you know, controlling the map.
Another question I have, in all 3 games, very directed, maybe to you, directed bans towards your top laner. Always Gangplank, always Echo, always, don't even remember, there was a Irelia ban in game 2 after a great performance game 1. How do you, does it give you a freedom if you know, hey, you know, he's gonna pick up a lot of bans from the enemy team? Does it give you sort of the freedom to play around with other picks?
Yeah, it kind of sucks for him that he has to play with a limited champion pool, but it also gives us some opportunities to play our champs to get our need picks, our comfort picks. And if he's like on another level and they try to hinder him, then yeah, it opens us new opportunities, and yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing for us.
But I assume Pride probably knows this. I mean, it's probably not unexpected for you that Pride will probably draw it in. He's probably aware that he has to expand his pool, right?
Yeah, definitely, and that's a point I wanted to you know, point out, is that Pride performed extremely well.
Yeah.
Even though there were 6 top lane bans.
Yeah.
Like this is ridiculous. In 2 games there were 6 top lane bans. Actually, there were 9 top lane bans across the 3 games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not a single ban on any other lane, but
Exactly.
Pride didn't lose the lane a single time.
No, Pride always...
He was actually winning. He used the TP very often. In the second game, we had some clunky TPs, but I mean, you know, this player is just extremely valuable. He draws 3 bans every single game and still does extremely well.
Yeah, exactly. So that opens up to the rest of the team to sort of secure. I mean, you did struggle a little bit on what was it? Was on the blue side? You sort of, that was game 2. You struggled on the blue side. Was that already pick and ban problem, or did you do you have a preferred? Do you say red side is our side?
No, I think due to them being forced to banning 3 top laners and us having, you know, a pocket pick besides the Elise. You know, the Elise was contested, but when the Elise was gone, we didn't really care about that because we had the pocket pick Malzahar, right? So we really didn't have any problems in pick and bans on both sides. I believe that the blue side game was mostly because we were not very concentrated and got very, very excited after we got like 4 kills at Dragon and just went to Baron and threw it completely there.
Yeah. Yeah, but then I want to pick up on that. You said you weren't that concentrated and then you lost. It was kind of close. How do you get back, like, for the 3rd game? How do you not get, like, psyched out there? So
we have a really good captain. Eli Lagerli, and he always tells us to keep calm, focus on the next game. We will look at the big mistakes, the small mistakes. We can look at that after, but at the second game, the big mistake was obviously the Baron call, which turned it after. But yeah, he keeps us calm and focused, and yeah, we didn't get nervous at all, or we didn't get the jitters.
I mean, I'd like to say that, like, in any sports, if you want to succeed, the most important thing is to use your emotions in a positive manner, you know? Sure. You have to use your anger, you have to use your hate, you have to use your fear, whatever it is, and put it into positive energy and do well, you know? Like, during the game, Golden God is an extremely high-ranked player, and, like, every time, like, all 5 minutes, I was like, oh, I'm same CS, guys. Let's go. You know, like, spread that positivity, and when you're positive, you will, you know, achieve way more in sports and in life in general. That's
a good mindset. Do you have any last thing to say to the people here, to thing, because then we can go on, you will get some photographs and you will get your awesome prizes.
Yeah, I'd like to thank that Pixels for being our sponsor and enabling us to visit these events. You can visit them at thatpixels.ch. We have other teams as well, and it's a great organization. Other than that, I'd like to thank everybody who supported us, especially Steven, our coach, who was also present. And yeah, I think that it's very clear that we are currently the #1 Swiss team in League of Legends.
Okay, well, then that's that. So one more big applause for the winners, and then we go back to Malaria on stage, and he can take it from there.